important part in their roles, in their jobs. And before I hand it over to them, I've spent 42 years in corporate life. I retired as the managing director of Tata Coffee, spent about 20 odd years with Cadbury globally, and now I'm a leadership coach, and like him over there, I've been with the Art of Living for 26 years now, changed my life too, and in fact the longest stint I've had in an organization is the Art of Living. So with that, let me hand it over to you. Very briefly, your background and why is wellness so important, and what differences do you see globally and here? And if you would like to share what kind of explorations you've done in this space in your organization, what worked, what did not work.
Thank you. My name is Kumar Priyaranjan. I look after global HR with Welspun Corp Limited, based in Mumbai. And Welspun is spread across geographies, 54 countries, and that's what he was referring to. When we look at different nationalities, of course, culturally they are different. Expectations are different. And when we look at any multinational, we all know that policies are governed from the corporate. And Indian multinationals, when they look at deploying policies across, then there are lots of considerations which we need to be aware of. And when I have been visiting countries and looking at workforces there, the first thing which I carried in my mind is the talent recipe for the organization in that particular geography. That's very important. And that's the first step of being mindful that what business we are in and with whom we are dealing with. Because the people who are going to bring business to us or the product we are rolling out to that geography, who are the people engaged. That connection cannot happen, or the availability of right talent cannot be brought in to the soft law if we are not aware of their cultural upbringing. We cannot take India to US. We cannot take US to some country like Brazil. It's very different. And therefore, even well-being when we talk of, and a lot have been spoken in different connotations since morning I have been hearing. If you see in India, the way somebody spoke in the first session that there is nothing business, it's all personal. But I can tell you that in other geographies, we cannot use this sentence itself. We can't say that it's all personal, because the law is different and the interpretation of law is very, very different the way it gets grounded. That's where it's very important that every geography we need to be aware of not only the culture but also the laws. And there it's very difficult to maintain even a bit of it. In the context of overall organizational fabric, we need to see how do we keep the talent stay in the organization. And that's why, like in India, we do employee satisfaction survey. In the US, I have been running employee stay surveys. That how many people would like to stay in the organization. Because in India, if you go and tell somebody I think many of our panel members in the past, earlier sessions also have spoken, that people fire people. It's not supposed to be good thing, why you were fired, and there are many questions. And I can tell you that, and I'm sure many of you would have experienced, that in Western countries, people write in their CVs, they were fired from the organization. And that cannot be considered as point of rejection, because that leads to discrimination. So therefore, coming back to this topic and the question you have raised, it's very interesting. At the same time, it's a learning experience in different geographies, customizing everything, not only to the particular geography, but also the class of people within the organization. To see that we are up and running the business day in, day out. So I'll stop here and then we please.
Just one thing before I go forward. You said there are different laws in the